Now, over the years, I've run with lots of different running head torches from all kinds of brands, all the way from my early days running on those dark winter roads, all the way up to sort of present day and running challenging technical nighttime sections on races like UTMB and the Arc of Attrition. Some of those torches have performed really well and some have just not been up to the job. But in today's video, we are taking a look at a running headlamp from a brand that you might not have come across before. So it comes from LUCIFER Lights and it is their LUCIFER S2X. Welcome back everyone, I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. If you're new to the channel, then welcome and thanks for watching, it's really appreciated. If you enjoy what you see in this video, you could always think about joining the Run4Adventure family by hitting that subscribe button just down there in the corner. We'd love to have you along for the ride, but don't forget to hit that bell icon as well so that you'll be notified when we upload any new exciting running content. Right, so let's get stuck into the video. Now, there is a lot of well-known running head torch manufacturers out there nowadays. Brands like Petzl, Silver, LED Lenser, Nightcore, Black Diamond and so on. But when the channel was contacted by the guys from LUCIFER Lights and asked if we'd like to test and review one of their current running head torches, I've got to be honest, I hadn't heard of the brand before. All their torches are manufactured and developed in the Czech Republic, and it was actually the founder of the company that emailed and contacted us. In his email, he said that he feels that his head torches will outperform any other head torches that we have tested and reviewed on the channel previously. And you know, that got me really interested in the brand straight away because I love it when someone has a lot of confidence and a lot of faith in their product. So before we find out how it's performed and to see if the S2X lives up to those bold claims, we're going to give you guys a few facts and figures and we're going to break down the construction in a bit more detail. Like we just mentioned, all the head torches are constructed in the Czech Republic using largely European parts, and LUCIFER Lights feel that they're making the best head torches in the game when it comes to light output, quality of beam and spread, long burn times and a nice lightweight and compact construction. They built up quite an extensive range over the years, so starting with the Z1 at 800 lumens all the way up to the mind-boggling LUCIFER Ultra at 7,500 lumens, which they claim is the most powerful head torch in the world. And at a genuine 7,500 lumens, I would tend to agree with them on that. I mean, it would literally be like riding your mountain bike in broad daylight. So the unit that we've been sent to test is their LUCIFER S2X, and this is their head torch that is aimed at the running market. So pretty lightweight, weighing in at 165 grams, including the battery. Nice and compact in design. It's got a max output of 1200 lumens on the higher intensity setting on boost mode. You get a nice, soft, comfortable, elasticated, fully adjustable headband, and it has a top strap. Obviously, it's fully rechargeable using a 3500 milliamp battery. We've got a nice sort of soft protective pouch with it as well. It has an IP66 waterproof rating and it retails for around about £125. Now, LUCIFER Lights do things a little bit differently compared to all the other head torch brands out there. So when you go on their website, you've got lots of different options to choose from when it comes to the rechargeable battery you have, the optics, the LEDs you use, down to even the color of the actual head unit itself. So it's kind of like build your own head torch, which is a really cool idea, but I also think if you don't really know what you're doing, it can look a little bit confusing. The S2X comes with this nice lightweight head torch body that's been CNC milled out of aerospace aluminium and then anodized, and I have to say it, the engineering on this unit is exceptional. You can really tell if I hold it up to the camera, you can really see that it's been made by someone who really cares about what they're doing. We've got these nice fins worked into the back of that headlamp unit, and that's designed to sort of disperse the heat so it stops the headlight from overheating. The battery and the head torch have been split, so it just spreads that weight a bit more evenly while you're running with it, and then they're connected using this high current cable, and this cable is actually injected molded in LUCIFER's workshop, so they can keep a close eye on the quality of manufacturing, and you know, that is some attention to detail for sure, and you're going to be seeing more of that as we go through the review. Like the connecting cable, all the electronics are entirely built in-house using some very carefully selected components. They are driven by an 8-bit Atmel microcontroller, whatever one of those is, but it sounds pretty cool. The S2X head torch also uses constant current regulation, so the intensity in all modes will be maintained as that battery discharges. So when that battery is no longer able to supply the current needed for your desired setting, the circuit will simply drop it down to the lower setting so that your light never suddenly switches off. But it also means that the burn times given out by LUCIFER should be very accurate, and that can't always be said about head torch manufacturers. Burn times are pretty good across the board, so on the very low setting of 25 lumens you'll actually get 100 hours of burn time. On low, at 100 lumens, you'll get 20 hours. On that mid setting of 225 lumens, you'll get 10 hours. Going up to 470 lumens, you'll get 4 hours. And then clicking over to boost mode at 950, you'll get 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is all on the lower intensity setting. If you then flicked across to the higher intensity, the low figures are exactly the same. But then when you get to the 600 lumens, you'd have 3 hours. And then on the boost mode in higher intensity, the highest setting at 1200 lumens, you'd get 1 hour and 10 minutes. Obviously, all these timings can be affected by severe weather, like they can with all head torches. When it comes to charging, it's pretty straightforward, so literally unplug the connecting lead, plug in the charging lead. Unfortunately, it does only come with a sort of pinned plug like this, so if you're in the UK, you're going to need an adapter to charge the unit up. From flat to fully charged takes about 6 hours, and you've got a little sort of light indicator on the plug itself. So red when it's charging, green when it's fully charged and ready to go. Another feature that I really like about the unit is the battery indicator worked into the torch. So when you first switch it on, wait a second, and then you'll get a number of flashes. So 5 flashes means 80 to 100%, 4 flashes means 60 to 80%, 3 flashes means 40 to 60%, and so on. So a really simple way of telling you how much battery life you've got left, but super functional. As far as the LEDs used in the S2X, this is another thing that LUCIFER pride themselves on, and that's using the best quality components. So you get 2 high-powered Cree XP-L2 LEDs with a 4500K color temp. That's going to supply a nice pleasant sort of neutral white color, giving you a much better color spectrum. So basically what that allows is for the light to penetrate better through sort of misty, foggy, rainy conditions, giving you much better judgment, but also improving your distance of vision. And that was easy for me to say. So there you have it, the LUCIFER S2X running head torch. Lots of information about what it's capable of and how it's been constructed. But we've had it for a good couple of months now, so let's dive in and find out how it has performed out on the trails of Cornwall. We'll highlight all the standout features, but maybe also go through a few things we feel that could be improved. The first thing we definitely need to talk about is the build quality of this unit. When you look at the engineering on the light body, on the battery pack, on the head strap, and on that connecting cable, they are of the highest standard. You can really tell that it's been put together by people who are super passionate about what they do, and they just want to produce the best products out there. It literally is bomb-proof, and it's definitely going to hold up to all the racing and training wear and tear, no problem. Usability has been pretty good. I've got to be honest, I did have to sort of read through the instruction book a couple of times to work out how to go through between the settings and the modes. Once I'd used the torch a couple of times, it was fine. Having this sort of big button to control everything on the unit. Makes it pretty straightforward. The light output has been really good, a nice spread from those Cree XP-L2 LEDs, and I'm a big fan of the color temp as well. Having that color temp so it cuts through sort of foggy, misty, rainy conditions, something I look for in my running head torches because it's pretty important down here in Cornwall with lots of sea mist around. I've pretty much run the unit in the higher intensity setting all the time, and I've been flicking between 225 and 600 lumens. Both settings have given me a nice bright light to run with. The 600 lumens, pretty much bright enough to run at any speed on any terrain, but you still have that boost mode to go to if you need it at 1200 lumens. Super, super bright on that setting, but obviously it is going to significantly reduce your battery life. The all-important topic of comfort now, having used lots of torches over the years, and you know, this is something that's very important to me. If you're going to be spending sort of 4, 5, 6 hours with the lamp on your head, or even sort of 12 hours in a winter 100 miler, it has to be comfortable. There's nothing worse than that sort of pressure head torch headache you can sometimes get when you're running with an uncomfortable unit, and I'm sure a lot of you have come across that, and it really isn't pleasant. When it comes to the S2X, I did have to play around with the headband a bit to get it sort of set up right for my head shape. You've got a nice wide strap there, so it's soft, comfortable on the head. You've got a contoured padded backplate to the lamp itself, which sits nice and comfortable across the front of your head. I tend not to wear a top strap when I use a head torch, but this has got one, and it actually made the lamp feel very secure, so I had no bouncing, no movement while I was running. The two things that I'm not so sure about is, yes, this connecting cable is very durable and well constructed, but it is quite bulky on that head strap. To be honest, once I got the unit on, I didn't really notice it that much. And the other thing is, when it comes to the battery pack, there's no padding or backplate on there at all. So literally that battery is sitting on the back of your head. Now for sort of 1 hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it's been fine, but I think that might become a lot more noticeable over time. And I'm not sure how comfortable that would be over sort of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. I think a little bit of padding or a back plate on there would have really helped when it comes to comfort. Right, so time to wrap up with a quick conclusion. And we always get excited at the channel when we get contacted by new running brands or smaller brands that we haven't heard of before. So it's been great testing out the LUCIFER head torch. Big thanks to them for sending out the S2X for us to test and review. So it's not the cheapest head torch on the market, but I have to say it's probably one of the best made head torches. I mean, the engineering is second to none. It's got lots of great settings and modes to choose from, really good light output and burn time, with 225 lumens and 10 hours, 470 lumens and 4 hours. Definitely gives you enough battery life to make it through, say, a night section of a summer ultra, a summer 100 mile or something like that, without having to worry about switching out your batteries. So all in all, I've been really impressed with the performance of the unit. And if you're in the market for a new head torch and you want a bright light output, good burn times and quality manufacturing, then I definitely recommend checking out LUCIFER lights. I've left a link to their website in the description below so you can go and check out their entire range. And you know, if you're in the market for a bonkers 7,500 lumen head torch, then they are definitely the brand for you. There you go, another review of a new brand on the channel, crushed here at Run4Adventure. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we've brought a new brand to your attention. It's always good to hear your guys' thoughts on the topic. So, you know, what's your go-to head torch or lighting solution on your darker runs? Let us know all about it in the comments below. And don't forget, guys, lots of other running head torch content on the channel. So if you're in the market for a new torch, then we've got buying guides and we've got lots of other reviews from different brands featuring different models of head torch, and they're all definitely worth checking out. We've recently just uploaded our budget trail running kit conclusion video. So over the last months, I've been testing out loads of kit, from budget running gloves all the way up to race vests and trail running shoes. And I've got to be honest, some of the kit we tested, I was really impressed how it performed. There was obviously a couple of major disappointments along the way. Kit that just wasn't fit for purpose. It couldn't do the job it was meant to do, and it was definitely a false economy. So well worth a look. I'll leave a link in the description for that video. You can obviously follow us on our other social media platforms platforms. We'd love to have you along. And if you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that bell icon though, so you'll be notified when we upload new running videos. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. It's always appreciated. We will see you back here very soon. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. But when we were contacted by the folk from Lucifer Light, like I just mentioned, all their head torches are constructed. The S2X head torch also uses constant